G'day folks, welcome to an OCC Queensland Daily Weather Wrap today, the 23rd of the 1st, 2023. My name's Chris Nitzo. This update brought to you by our major sponsor, TownsvilleSheds.com. Check them out if you're in the market for a shed, safe, accredited shed. Alright, this morning we've got a little bit of convective activity around the Gulf country, very similar to yesterday. We've got lots of showers and even an isolated storm up there in the northern part of Cape York Peninsula, very similar to yesterday. We've got a lot of cloud cover across the southern and central interior, very similar to yesterday. So, as you can tell, a lot of the stuff that we're getting today is very similar to yesterday. We've got a low pressure system out here in the eastern Coral Sea that's going to weaken, drift southwards today before pushing west towards the coast as a trough later in the week. And we also just saw in the last hour or so just a very weak line of showers pushing onto the northeast Queensland coastline. Thanks to the Bureau of Meteorology, rainfall in the 24 hours till 9 o'clock yesterday. You saw some nice falls there across the southern and central interior parts of the state, in excess of 50 millimetres in an isolated pocket there with some convection, and some isolated shower activity down here in the southeast and southeast inland. Notice a couple of showers around the eastern seaboard and the eastern ranges. Remember yesterday we talked about that messy isolated activity that could occur anywhere across the interior, and that's what we're seeing, little sporadic blue bits popping up there on the rainfall tally. You can see some northeast Queensland shower activity, and then once we got up into the northern Cape, widespread activity, and also in the Gulf country we saw some good activity as well, albeit a little bit more patchy than the Cape stuff. Looking at our key instability indicator here, the Showalter Index, we can see generally fairly unstable conditions across the interior parts of Queensland, particularly focused around the Gulf country and through areas around the northern Maranoa, Warrego, southern central Highlands and southern central West District. Further southwards, very weak instability levels present as we get down into the Darling Downs as well. Also notice quite an unstable atmosphere up here in the northern Cape. So no surprises then that when we see the actual rainfall expectations over the next 24 hours, but they tend to be centred over the areas that have the greatest instability. So you can see here in the northern Maranoa, Warrego, southern central Highlands, southern central West District, are probably a little bit overestimated there. Sometimes the computer models can over-convect the rainfall intensity across inland regions. We do see some nice showers and storms there around the Gulf of Carpentaria, Gulf country, and the northern Cape York Peninsula. So no surprises that they're our peak sort of areas, but you can see that there are unstable and isolated pockets of showers and thunderstorms further southwards. You can see very isolated convective showers possible around the eastern interior, a couple of hours isolated showers around northeast Queensland and through the rest of the interior parts of the state. So it's pretty messy sort of boundaries today with potential for isolated, generally weak activity across the state, with exception of those circled areas that have a little bit more substance about them. Coastal winds, southeasterlies, but fairly weak across most of the coastline. Just a little bit stronger around about the eastern Cape York Peninsula area today. But overall, southeasterlies are generally fairly weak through most of the state. There's a potential low or tropical cyclone for the Northern Territory WA, particularly the WA coastline. So if you'd like to get more information on, we have a 20-minute plus analysis, a threat analysis for that WA coastline. Join.ozcyclonechasers.com.au and check out our subscription options. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.